Hi guys. So, to you it has been a second, but for me it has been 7 months. I have not read this book in 7 months. I really needed a fantasy break, realizing that. I'm realizing that now. I really thought it was the book. Like, for the entire 7 months, I thought it was the book, so that's why I didn't pick it back up. But my friend, Val, love her. Go follow her or subscribe to her, whatever. But she made me realize that I think I just needed a break from fantasy because she convinced me to read it again. So I started reading it again last night. And nothing will compare to this series. I just don't think anything ever can compare to the ACOWAR series. The way that I feel when I read these books, the way I feel about these characters, it's just like nothing can compare. And if you don't like the ACOWAR series, I'm sorry. It's amazing. So that's your loss. I really wish you could experience the feeling of that this series brings me. It's amazing. So the reason I really did need a break from fantasy, because right after I took a break from fantasy, I read like 4 really trashy dark romances, like back to back. So I think I just needed a palate cleanser. So then all year I've been reading romances. So going back to this is just like, it's like so good. It's so good. I'm saying like so many times. I'm sorry. But I'm about to update my Goodreads for the first time in 7 months. I'm going to finish this series this year. I'm determined. I'm also now really excited to finish the series. I was going to say that this book was going to be my least favorite book in the series, but going back to it with fresh eyes, I really think it'll still be a 5 stars for me, if not a 4.5. It might not be my favorite in the series, but it's not a bad book. I think I was just really burnt out of fantasy. So, okay, so I'm on chapter 36, and I really hope you can hear me because you're on my hoodie string, or the mic is on my hoodie string. But anyway, I'm on chapter 36. Guys, Lucian, I feel so bad for Lucian, so bad for Lucian, bro. Also, they just figured out that Elaine was a seer, which I feel like we kind of knew that already, or at least I felt like I knew that already when she had said something about the Phoenix. Obviously, I didn't really think of a name for it. I just thought she got like visions, which is like a seer. And then she had warned Nesta about the ravens, the 2 of Hybern's, the twin ravens from Hybern's whatever, one white, one black. One had white hair, one had black hair. So then that's when Feyre realizes, as she's running away from them, she's like, oh, Elaine told us about this. Elaine warned us. And it was just like, yeah. And now that they are not thinking she's insane and actually talking to her, she doesn't sound insane and like broken. So just, also they're trying to make Azriel. My friend accidentally told me spoiler because she thought I finished the book. Something about Azriel and Elaine being in a relationship. I really didn't like that, honestly, because I feel like Lucian, if they're mates, like obviously whatever, fuck the mating bond, whatever. But like, I feel like Lucian needs someone. Like, Lucian isn't a bad person. He's not like Tamlin, you know what I'm saying? Tamlin's not even really a bad person. He just made bad decisions. And, hopefully he'll fucking realize how awful his decisions were. I love Lucian so much. And he just left to go find the 6th queen that Elaine was talking about, that a sorcerer is keeping her from. She's like the phoenix by day and a woman by night, and blah, blah, blah. So he's going to go find her because Reason, whatever, doesn't not want any of his people to go, and Lucian offered to go, and he was like, are you sure? And he was like, yeah, I'm sure. Got you, boo. And so he's winnowing him to the front. Also, him leaving, oh my god, my arm is hurting, but him leaving was literally Like, heartbreaking. It was so heartbreaking because, like, oh my god. So I listened to the audiobook for this part, so which made it worse. It made it so much worse. And she was like, Faye was like, are you sure? Are you sure? And she like hugged him, and then, oh my god, she was like, thank you, you're amazing. He was like, it's time for me to do something. And I was like, that was literally like, I'm saying like so many times, that was going back to when Tamlin was doing shit to Feyre, like keeping her in a house and stuff, and he didn't do anything. So he was basically like, I'm gonna do something now. Oh my god. Oh my god. But bro. Then when Moore said it's gonna be very dangerous, and he's like, he says, that's fine, it would be boring if it wasn't. I'm just like, that was like, it gave me like happy sad laugh, like, you know, like in a situation where like, it's kind of sad, but then they make a joke, but so you like laugh but you're crying. That was me. Wasn't actually crying, but that was me on the inside. And then he was like, I'm not welcome in the Autumn Court, or he said, I don't belong in the Autumn Court, and I'm not welcome at the Spring Court. He almost said home, and I was like, oh my god, Lucian, you have nowhere to go. I'm so sorry. Oh my god. I just want to hug him. You know, I've never had a series. Well, that's technically not true, but I read this before I started reading the Addicted/Calloway series. I've never had a series make me love every single character, like even just like side characters. Like, they're just great. Just great. They're all just great. Sarah J. Maas, what crack did you put in here? Because I want more, okay? When I finish this series, I don't know if I can live on. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But I'm ready. I'm so ready for Elaine's book. So I want to finish this year. I think I said this in my books I want to finish by the end of the year video. I want to finish the series, so when she announces Elaine's book, which I really freaking hope it comes out next year, that I can just go get it with everybody and be so excited. I'm so excited. Anyway, I am planning to finish this in 3 days, because there's 400 pages left when I first started reading it last night. And so I sectioned out into 133 pages a day. That is the goal. Obviously, I'm not going to like push that on myself, because normally that's when I get into a book slump again, when I like try to make reading a chore. But obviously I am in school, so school is going to take priority over reading. So I'm trying to read when I have time. So I have the audiobook. Okay, I have the audiobook. I have this. I read before I go to bed. I read in the morning. I listen to the audiobook while I do chores. So I have to work today, so I'm trying to get as much reading in as possible. I'm going to listen to the audiobook while I do some chores at home, clean a little bit. I read from 29 to 33 last night, and then this morning I listened from 33 to 36 today. So I'm going to listen to some more, and hopefully I can get to chapter 46, which will be the end of what I need to read today. I will update you guys as things happen. Obviously, this is a full spoilers, because obviously I'm telling you everything. So everything will be said. Everything will be said. I don't even know what I talked about the last time I recorded a clip, because it's been 7 months. So yeah, this is what's happened so far. And I feel like Lucian, like when he was leaving and he kept glancing at Elaine, I felt like he knew. Like he knew that him and Elaine aren't going to be together. Like he knows this. I feel like he knows. And it's so sad. It's so sad. It's so sad. Lucian deserves happiness. If Lucian does not get his happy ending, I'm going to be so sad. He needs a happy ending. Justice for Lucian. Is it Lucian or Lucian? Whatever. Justice for him. Okay? I'm gonna go do chores now. Okay, so it's the next day. I did not get to chapter 46 yesterday like I wanted to, but I'm about to right now, and let me tell you what just happened. Okay, listen. So we went to the meeting thingy is happening at the moment. Tamlin comes in at the last fucking minute, you know, he has to make his grand entrance. So then he starts talking shit about Feyre, obviously continuing to tell her damaged goods and saying very, what's the word? Inappropriate things, I guess, about her. My boyfriend's playing VR, so ignore him. But very inappropriate things about her, and things like that. I'm like, Ryzen, if you don't do something. So then right before chapter 44 ends, he it starts to say something about Feyre inappropriately, and then Ryzen takes his ability to speak away from him. And oh my god, that was like the best thing ever. I'm so excited to go into chapter 45. This is so good. This is so good. Ryzen is so good. Ryzen's great. I really hope that everybody believes Ryzen and does not believe Tamlin and his lies. And hopefully Tamlin will stop being so fucking bitter and apologize to Feyre, because this man needs to grovel. He needs to grovel. Anyway, excited. I am like, I think 57 or 58% through the book. I have this much left, so excited. I want to finish it tomorrow, but I don't know if that's going to happen, mainly because I have school from 9:30 to 3:15 tomorrow, so that's going to be a long ass day. I don't think I'm going to be able to read, so that's going to suck, but hopefully I will be able to finish it Wednesday after work. I don't know. I want to finish it soon because I want to start A Court of Frost and Starlight. So anyway, that's my update. Okay, so I'm sorry you can hear my dishwasher, but I'm going to be finishing ACOWAR today. So it has been a couple days since I posted an update. I've been listening to the audiobook when I'm driving. I've been reading when I have the time. I haven't really been able to sit down and like read and do a little clip of it. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to put my phone on time-lapse mode, and I'm going to read the last chunk of ACOWAR. I'm so excited because then that means tomorrow I can go into A Court of Frost and Starlight, ACOFOS. I always mix that one and Silver Flames up. But oh my god, I'm so excited actually. Did I update you when we had the meeting, the High Lords meeting? Anyways, Tamlin's a bitch. Okay? Then he saved her life. Anyway, so let me explain. So after the meeting, in the meeting, he appears and he's like an asshole. And I think I said that. I think I remember saying that. I don't know if I was saying that to you or I Snapchatted Val about it. I can't remember. He claims that he is for our side, but is like playing Two-Face with Hybern, right? And nobody's believing him, right? Because he let Hybern into the Spring Court, but then he blames Feyre for destroying his court at the beginning of the book, because it allowed Hybern to take over or whatever. And so they're saying that he was trying to make it seem like Ryzen and Feyre were with Hybern. And I'm like, dude, if you really want to win this war, why the fuck are you trying to break apart the fucking union we're trying to make? And so then it makes more sense because he probably does think that Ryzen is bad because of the entire centuries that Ryzen has had to act that way, and in order to protect Valeris. But now Valeris is very well known by everyone, and he doesn't have to hide it anymore. So anyways, so that happens. I'm pretty sure I talked about that. Tamlin is an asshole, and then they all talk about a plan and they start doing war shit. Okay, so they do their first battle, they win. They do another battle, they win. They realize that the second battle was a distraction so that Hybern could go towards the southern border, okay, where the human realms are. All right, so then Elaine gets taken, okay, because the cauldron, we did a tracking spell to find the cauldron. That's what they did. And it had Nesta was like stuck in her mind for a little bit. So then Feyre had to go get her inside of her brain. And so because she was so close to the cauldron could see what was most, just like what was her meant the most to her. God, I can't speak. And that's Elaine. So because Nesta took something from the cauldron, the cauldron took something from her and lured Elaine into the woods and to Hybern, basically, in this like trance. And she used it by, the cauldron did that by pretending to be Grayson, her fiance or ex-fiance, saying that he knew how to change her back to human and that he was going to marry her. And she like ran into the woods and then got taken. So, and actually Feyre dreamed about it and she thought it was a dream and then realized it was real and it was crazy. So anyway, because oh, the Suriel, I forgot about that. So before that, when they're in their second war, I think it's the second war, their second battle, Feyre goes to find the Suriel to get information from him, and the cloak had a tracking spell that if he were to find Feyre again, that Ianthe and some Hybern soldiers would find them, right? So Ianthe comes up, kills the Suriel. Bitch, Suriel's dead. I knew that was gonna happen. I spoiled myself on accident, but by looking up too much shit, but I was not expecting it to be like that. And it made me so sad. Like, I feel like if I hadn't spoiled myself and knew it was gonna happen, I would have probably cried. But now that I knew that it was gonna happen, I wasn't crying. I wasn't that sad about it. But I was like, oh my god. And the way he was like, Feyre, you've been so nice to me. I was like, Suriel, oh my god. Anyway, so she like sobs, right? Anyways, she kills Ianthe and the soldiers by leading them into the Weaver's cottage, and the Weaver killed them, right? Okay, so, okay, fast forward back, okay? So to go get Elaine, she decides to shift into Ianthe, like as Ianthe, because the Hybern doesn't know she's dead yet, or they are hoping he doesn't know that she's dead yet, to go into Hybern's camp and steal her back. So they go back in, right? And then she finds Jurian, and Jurian immediately realizes who she is. I don't know why. Maybe it's the scared look in her face. I don't know. I can't remember. But he like thought it was Ianthe, and then when they had made eye contact or something, he like realized who she was, right? So he's like, okay, well, just so you know, because Jurian's on our side. Didn't know if I said that either. Jurian is on our side, okay? I did. I do remember telling you about that. Anyway, Jurian's on our side. So he was like, okay, you need to play the part better, Feyre. She has been lusting after me, is what he said. So she like pretend to be Ianthe, the little slut bitch. I hate Ianthe so much. And you know, pretended to be flirty and all over him, and Azriel was her shadow. Isn't that so cool? Shadow singer. He became a shadow of hers so that, you know, he could be there, and he was like comforting her, and it was so cute. Their friendship is so cute. The found family in this story, in this like series, is just unmatched. I don't know if I can ever, like, I don't even think the Addicted/Calorie Sisters comes even close to this, and I think it's because there's so much high stakes in this series that it's unmatched. It's just unmatched. I could never, if anyone knows a series that has a found family as good as this series, I need you to tell me right now. Put it in the comments right now, because I need something else like this in my veins, because I'm going to be so sad when this is over. So anyway, they go get Elaine. They also kidnap, or they also take a human that they had kidnapped and were torturing. And like, dude, this was intense, bro. So they're running away. Hybern finds out what they did and is like going after them with these hounds that are like, she said that they are cousins to the Naga, the like shadow creatures that like try to eat her in the other books. So they're like that, but as dogs. And so they're like running after them. The dogs are hunting them and like chasing them. And Azriel, Elaine, and what's her face are just running. They're running towards a cliff so that they can jump off and fly, basically, okay? So Elaine's like, they're like yelling at the human. They're like, grab onto Azriel, blah, blah, blah. And then she's like not believing them. And Elaine's like, if you want to live, bitch, If you want to live, you better grab on to him right now. So, because he's about to fucking take off, okay? So, he's running. Elaine's like, he's like holding Elaine. And then Elaine grabs the girl, okay? And then, the fucking hound bitch jumps up, right? And claws into Azrael's back and wings, bro. I don't even know how he was flying. Magic. Literally, like, I'm not even serious, like, I'm being so serious. He used magic in order to keep flying. And so fucking Elaine's badass bitch, she starts kicking the fuck out of the hound with her bare foot. Exactly. In the face. And that bitch fell to the abyss that was underneath them. And then, so, Azrael's trying to coach Feyre, like, girl, I know your flying sucks, but you're gonna have to fly right now. And she's like, I just don't know. So she starts running. She summons the wings. She starts running. And then starts to get attacked by one of the dogs, right? She's like, oh my God, before she even starts flying. So she's like struggling. And Tamlin in his beast form comes and saves her. And it was just like, really? Okay, so you really are down for us. You're down for the cause. Okay, great. And so, I don't think that excuses how she treated Feyre or how he was treating her at the meeting, but it's a start. It's a start. You know, he's got a lot of groveling to do. Anyway, so he saves her, right, and is like tearing up the hound people with his beast form. And then she's about to try to start flying. This bitch can't fly. This bitch can't fly. And he just, Tamlin summons wind of the spring, like spring winds, to lift her up so that she can at least fly enough to go across the wards that were protecting Hybern's camp, where she couldn't use her powers in the wards, like winnowing. She couldn't winnow into it because of the wards. That's what I meant. She could use everything else, just not her winnowing power. Anyway, like how the House of Wind, you can't winnow into it, the same thing. Anyway, so she got past the wards and winnowed away, right? And then she was like sad for a little bit, obviously, because it was traumatic. And then, she showed Ryzen everything while he like bathed her. And and then her and her sisters had a little moment, and anyway. So now we're back to here, okay? So then we're getting prepped for the next battle, right? We figure out Hybern has shifted where he's going to go because he is mad that Feyre and all the Archeron sisters has beat his ass. Anyway, they have outsmarted him, okay? So he's like, you know what? Fuck these bitches. I'm going to go straight to the human realms and kill them all. So they realize that that's what's happening. So the night before the battle, they winnow as many people that can winnow into the human lands and got as many humans as they could out, basically, and into Adriata, which is in the Summer Court. So then they're going to this battle, right? And they're marching their soldiers. Azrael can't fight. Azrael's pissed. They're marching their soldiers, going into the thing. Tarquin's a great general. Love him. Of our war. And he's, he's commanding the Tarquin is commanding the entire army, not just his, everyone, every fucking person ever. And it's honestly, he's a good general. Anyway, so he's like, halt, because Hybern's soldiers aren't moving, they're just standing there like statues. That's what Feyre says. He said they could be no more than, they look like they're no more than statues because they're just standing there, staring, and, whatever. So they don't want to get close to them, because, what? So what are you doing? So that we're far away. And then Feyre goes, Ryzen, I've never given you a mating gift. Okay, Feyre, what the fuck? What? He's like, why are you mentioning this right now? Anyway. So I thought she was mentioning it because, they could die in the battle. And, she never got him a mating gift, right? But no. She was like, I was thinking this tattoo. And it's like the phases of the moon with a star in the middle, right? I was like, oh, that's cool. She can just get a tattoo, right? And no. That was a fucking bargaining tattoo. So she had looked into the R bars. Okay, listen. She looked into the R bars and got the bone carver. So we see that part. And she talks about it. How she saw herself in like every awful and good part of herself. And it caused her to go a little crazy for a little bit, and then she got her shit together and she left. And she took the Ouroboros and she took it to the bone carver, and the bone carver's like, you're worthy. I don't even need that thing. I just wanted you to be worthy enough. And she's like, bitch, what? You don't even want it? Whatever. Just fucking fight for us. Okay, so then she gets the bone carver and then Bryaxis, which is the shadow ancient monster that lives in the library in Valeris. So, Bryaxis and the bone carver are now on the battlefield. And they're about to beat Hyrite's ass. And then Ryzen was like, well, shit, you beat me to it. And she's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Then the Weaver's ass appears, you know, and he's like, he shows his little tattoo, bargaining tattoo, and he was like, I sent Helion to bargain on my behalf. That's why he was there when the Suriel died and took you home. And I was like, oh my god, you know, we're about to beat Hyrite's ass with all these ancient gods, you know what I'm saying? So I am prepared for that. And I've been talking for 15 minutes about this book, so I am going to read now. Not know how good this video is gonna be. It's raining. I'm in my car and I don't have my mic, so the audio is probably awful. But listen. I just finished chapter 73, and what? Okay. Listen. There's a lot that happened. Okay, so they all start fighting. Okay, and then Ryzen's like, guys, don't run to the cauldron and stuff. Did I say that the cauldron? They had like a spell to nullify not the cauldron but Hybern and his army, right, from the cauldron. So it was planned for Amren, Elaine, Nesta, and Feyre to go to the cauldron and do the spell, okay, right? So Ryzen's like, you guys have to wait until he's distracted, blah 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 blah, because he had a plan. We didn't know what it was, but he had a plan, okay? So then the distraction comes. Horn is blown, and then Baron's army, the Tamlin's army, and then Grayson's army went over the hill. Okay, he was like, okay, go now. So they all start running. Okay, they start running, and then Hybern starts to use the cauldron. So then Nesta starts, falls on the ground and whatever. And they were blasting it into the sky where all the Aurelian soldiers were flying and battling, right? So then Nesta starts calling out for Cassian because she knew that Cassian was in the center of the blast, right? She could feel where it was going to go. So she calls out for him, and he goes to her, and then the blast happens, and then she saved his life, basically. And then they use the cauldron one more time, again, in another blast, and fucking killed the bone carver. Bro! And then, it's like, okay, well, Nesta's out for the count. Elaine's throwing up because she's terrified. So it's down to Amren and Feyre, okay? So then they hear another horn. And then the rest of Hybern's army comes from the fucking ocean on boats. His armada comes from Hybern to the fucking lands where they're battling. And they're like, fuck, what are we gonna do? Another horn blows. And then Dracon and his army, the Seraphim, and then their dad, oh my god, let me tell you when I cried listening to this, because they were like, Ryzen and Feyre were like talking about how like this was the end, they were gonna like battle and like die, and I started to cry. And then Dracon and the Seraphim come, and then I started crying more, and then their dad comes with the sixth princess, the Phoenix lady, and her army, and he had 3 ships named after his daughters. Oh my god, I literally sobbed, cried. And okay, so after that, oh, it's thundering. Lovely. I gotta go pee. But after that, right? Amryn and Feyre are like, okay, they're really distracted now. We gotta go. So then the Weaver, as they're going to the cauldron, the Hybern's near the Weaver, or near the cauldron. So the Weaver goes to distract him, right? She walks up to him, and then he snaps her fucking neck, bro, and throws her to the fucking hounds, and they fucking devour her, bruh. So then they go to the cauldron. All right. Amryn says, place your hand on the cauldron. So Feyre places her hand on the cauldron, and she's struggling to stay bound into her body because of how powerful the cauldron is, okay, right? Amryn opens the book, acts like she's about to fucking read a spell, and then throws the book. Bitch. And then, like, the end of the chapter, she says, Amryn was never had a spell. I fell right into her trap. What? You're telling me what? I bet this better be a lie. Because there's no way Amryn, I get she's a little monster or whatever, but she slept with Vivian, whatever that guy's name is. And, like, I thought it was their, like, farewell, like, sleep together for the first and last time because they were, like, in love with each other or some shit. And, like, they wanted to fight for their freedom, Because Amryn was in the prison. So you'd think she'd want to fight for her fucking freedom. But, maybe she wants humans, too. I don't know. I really fucking hope not. What the hell? Oh, my God. What the hell? Dude, and my rating on this freaking book keeps going up and down. So when I first started reading it and I was getting bored, I was like, this is a 3-star. Then I started reading it again and I was loving it. I was like, this is a 4 or 5-star, right? And right now I'm like, I think this is my second favorite book of the series. And if I rated ACOWAR, the first book, a 6-star, then what the fuck am I supposed to rate this one? A 6-star? God dang it, bro. I'm almost done, okay? I have, like, less than, like, 50, 60 pages left. But, bro. The fuck is happening? What the fuck is happening? I will come back when it's done, when it's over. It's the next day. I'm at school. Just finished chapter 74. And Elaine stabbed Hybern in the throat with Truth Teller, bitch. Motherfucking yeah. Yeah. She's a badass. She's a quiet badass, but she's a badass. Now I'm about to be late for class, but that was worth it. I'm hoping. I was gonna finish the book yesterday, but I had to work last night. And then I hung out with my friend after work, so did not finish it yesterday. I'm finishing it today. Because I have, like, a 2-hour gap in between my classes today because one of my classes was canceled. So I'm gonna finish it today. Yeah. It is 11 p.m. I'm in the bathroom because the lighting's better. But I just finished ACOWAR. September 17th, 2024. I finished ACOWAR. I sobbed. Bro. Let me tell you what happened. So the last thing I said was when Elaine stabbed Hybern's neck, okay? Well, so much happened. So Nesta runs up to him and takes the fucking knife and starts twisting it into his neck, right? Killing him. He dies. His head's off of his body, okay? And then Amryn had to unbind herself. That's how she tricked Feyre. She had to unbind herself from her monster form or whatever, to kill everyone, to be her true self, right? So she does that, right? The cauldron breaks. Oh my god. I don't want to cry again. And then Ryzen was like, I can fix it. You're a conduit, right? And she's like, yeah. He dies. Bro, I can cry right now. I'm thinking about it. He dies, bro. Dies. Fixing the cauldron. Because if the cauldron's not fixed, their world is ending, right? The way, oh my god. I sobbed. All the highlights brought him back to life, okay? And it was all fine and dandy. And he brought Amryn back with him. He was like, yeah, I was in the place wherever we go, like in the in-between or whatever. And he saw Amryn there. So he grabbed her and pulled her out. And she was in the cauldron. It's crazy. Now she's high fae. And she doesn't have her powers anymore. She doesn't drink blood. She drinks regular food now. Or she eats regular food now. So, and then they had a meeting with all the humans to try and come up with a peace treaty without the wall. It didn't go that well. Also, I think I'm getting sick, so sorry for the sniffles and voice or whatever. But bro, that was a ride, okay? That was a fucking wild ass ride. And of course they celebrated at home. They drank and whatever. Feyre finally learned how to fly. And now I'm so ready to read A Court of Frost and Starlight. I really hope it's just Ryzen and Feyre. That's all I want right now. To heal this death in my soul that Ryzen left, even though he's still alive. I still can't get over the fact that he died. Even after they brought him back to life, I was still crying. Because what the fuck? But that's the end of this vlog, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was a long ride for me. And I know it's been long awaited since my last vlog. So hope you guys enjoyed this. And I will see you guys next time. Hopefully next week I'll have the A Court of Frost and Starlight vlog up. Because it's a very short book. So like, comment, subscribe, all those YouTube things you know how to do. And I will see you next time. Bye!